Hi y'all, welcome to my crazy homestead harvest kitchen today. I am canning. I've got two canners going. I've got the freeze dryer going in the background, so it's really noisy here. I've got my big roaster going with lots of sauce for canning and freeze drying. And yeah, all the things. So I'm tired. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I want to sit and relax. But before I do, I'm going to get supper going. What I'm going to do today for dinner is literally make something out of nothing. I've got leftovers in the fridge that I'm going to make something new out of. So hang out with me and let's get her done. Okay, so in looking through my refrigerator, I've got several things that need to be used up. So I'm just going to kind of combine them and make a dish out of it. I have a little bit of leftover Swiss steak and gravy that I'm going to just kind of drop in on top of these rotini noodles that I just cooked and drained. I also have some open marinara that really needs to be used. Oh, what the heck, huh? Just use it all. I also have, there are some little pieces of steak in there, but not a whole lot. I also almost always have some pre-cooked ground beef. I make that up. I usually cook 2 pounds at a time. And always have some in the fridge, just for cases and instances, like this. And what the heck, I'm throwing that all in too. So I guess we're kind of making a spaghetti type something, but that's not how I want it to turn out. But I'm going to stir all this together, and I am making one heck of a mess here. Good thing I haven't turned the stove back on yet. I'm going to do that right now. Turn that on medium-low for now. And let's see, what else can I put in here? I'm going to get creative. Alright, I have got just a little bit of frozen corn. And a little bit of frozen peas that need to be used. Just to make things interesting. I am going to add, that's probably a good tablespoon of minced garlic. You know, I never used to use this stuff. I honestly prefer not to, because I don't want, this doesn't say where it comes from, which tells me it probably comes from China. And I don't really like using China garlic because they use chemicals on it. I prefer to use American garlic. And I've just gotten lazy. I need to get back on track with that. I've got a bunch of garlic in the refrigerator in vinegar. I don't know that I would call it pickled, but I guess it is. And in vinegar just to keep it in good shape that's been in there about a year, so it needs to be used. So I need to chop that up and make my own minced garlic. And there goes the freeze dryer, vacuum pump. So now it's going to get really loud between all the canners and that. Actually, that's looking kind of pretty. I think I'm going to add some cheese to that. I am going to set my oven for 350. Take my griddle out of there. This was my mama's griddle, and it is Guardian Service. She had this for as long as I can remember, and now I have it. My daughter will have it, and she'll be able to say the same thing. So I just tasted this. It's barely warm, so, you know, I need the flavors to meld a little bit. I did use a jarred sauce, which I always add flavor to, seasoning to. This is my house seasoning, which I use in everything. I'm also going to use just a little bit of this Goya adobo. It's very salty, so you have to be careful with that. I think I wanted to have a little bit of zip. It's actually quite good. I'm going to give it a little Korean chili flakes. Doesn't take much. Just to give it just a little bit of pep. And oh yes, she did use the same spoon. It's just me and my husband. We've swapped spit for 25, 26 years now. I think it's okay. I think that's good. I'm just going to add some cheese. I have got, first of all, some mozzarella that's all gummed together. Still smells fine. There's no mold or nothing weird to it. But I probably had this in the freezer, and when I brought it out, it thawed. And this is the side that was down when it thawed, and it got wet from the moisture from thawing. So it's all one big old gummy glob. So I'm going to use that inside of this. Wash the sticky cheese off my fingers. I was thinking about putting some of this Azure pizza seasoning in it. It's so good, y'all. I use that in a lot of things. But I really like the flavor that this Swiss steak added, and I'm afraid if I add that it will, will kind of take away from that. So I don't think I'm gonna. So I'm just gonna stir all this cheese up. Look at all that cheesy goodness. Try to get these clumps stirred up a little bit. Woo! Yep, one more time. She goes with that same spoon. Yep, that's good. I don't know. I think I'm going to add some of this pizza seasoning. It is amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. If you order from Azure, get some. I'm telling you. It is so good. Anything you put it on tastes like pizza. Woo! Let's try it one more time. Yep, that made it good. Yum. Okay. I'm gonna leave the lid off of this. I could probably serve it just like this, but I'm gonna try to brown it on top. I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 for 20-30 minutes, and supper is ready. Okay, so it's been in for about 20 minutes. It was nice and bubbly, but it was looking dry on top. So I had just a little bit of this Fiesta blend cheese, probably a third of a cup-ish maybe, and so I just went ahead and used that as well. Now I'm going to pop it back in till that gets all melty and bubbly. Yum! It looks good, it smells good. Now let's taste it. A friend just came by and she was out in the driveway and she said, "Oh my gosh, something smells good." So I knew it had to be done. We've been outside measuring and squaring and figuring out where we're gonna put the fencing for the chicken yard, and I almost forgot about it. So it's a good thing she pulled up and said something. So anyway, let's dish it up and see what it tastes like. Okay, y'all, we are gonna dish it up. I'm gonna dish my husband's plate up here. Yum. I did have to have a taste, and it was delicious. Look how pretty that is. And I am serving it with some tomato salad that I made a couple days ago. Tomatoes, onions, sweet red bell peppers, and a little red wine vinegar, water, just a tiny smidge of sugar, and a little olive oil, a little Italian seasoning. And that's all there is to it. Delicious, delicious. So that's how you make something out of nothing. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I thank you for hanging out with me for supper time. Enjoy your dinner. God bless. Love ya. Mwah.